Yo, stream, what's up? What's up? How we doing? What's going on, ladies and gents? Hello, hello, hello. Hope you guys are having a good week. What do we got going on today? What are we cooking up? What are we cooking up? What are we cooking up? We got the weekly reset. The dev talk happened last night. I wonder if there's any... Did anyone do a good video on the dev talk? I wonder. Throne and Liberty. It's called Cheer Up. This one's in what's going on, stream? Hello, hello, hello. Good to see you guys. This guy dubbed it in English.
Park TLPD at First Spark Games.
Ah, yes, we also tried various things to come back quickly, but compared to the weight of...
I don't know if this is gonna be good or not, but we could try it. Hold on, let's see.
Those who have been waiting, it might have still felt long. That's what I think. Today as well, we'll do our best to quickly and accurately deliver the news you've all been waiting for. Hello everyone, I'm Chang Hyun Oh, the lead designer of TL.
Yes, today, unlike usual, we're wearing new clothes and have decorated the broadcast studio a bit. How about you all? You might have guessed it, but the keyword for this update is Cheer Up TL. We've prepared a variety of content and events with the sincere hope of
His
supporting
mic
your
is
growth.
really rough.
We'd appreciate it if you could stay with us until the end of today's broadcast.
Yes, given our concept today, we'll be raising the energy a bit more than usual as we go along. Let's officially kick off Cheer Up TL. First, to show our support, we'll give you a coupon as a gift. So while you're checking out the coupon, please watch the video we've prepared and then we'll be back.
Attention newbies! Throne and Liberty Hyper Boosting Season 3. Super fast power boost up to 6,000 combat power.
They're doing another hyper boost in KR.
And exciting benefits for new
Why?
returning players to help everyone grow.
I know they don't want to do a hyper boost for NA, but or not NA, but they don't want to do a hyper boost for global. But
Take on the upcoming level 12 raid.
what's
TnL will do its best to support the growth of adventurers. Cheer up!
they're not doing anything for global for like new players globally.
Play now!
Yes, it seems like the coupon was shown a bit briefly because of the video, but we're also sharing the coupon through announcements. If possible, it would be great if you could show the coupon briefly right now. Yes. As you may have seen in the video, this is the first news we've prepared. The hyper boosting.
Let's skip past the hyper boost stuff because we don't need to see that.
Very important, but actually, we will also post a separate notice about this information.
On each server,
Like welcoming
Still
right on to the next update.
Up until just now, we tried to share some truly exciting and wonderful news with you all. So we started off with a bright and cheerful atmosphere. But honestly, even before the broadcast actually began, we were already carrying a rather heavy burden deep in our hearts. This is about the raid schedule. I think it would be best if Mr. Kwanzu could explain the details himself.
Before we get into the main topic, I have an announcement to make. The schedule for the 10-person raid has been changed. No matter what I say, it won't be enough, but first of all, I sincerely apologize for the change in schedule.
Damn, that's a deep bow.
The reason we decided to postpone the 12-person
That was a deep
raid
bow.
is not only to create a stable gameplay environment, but more importantly, because this is content that requires 12 people to play together. We felt it was right to first gather many adventurers in one place and then open the raid. That's why, through Hyper Boosting Season 3, we've decided to take an additional month to create an environment where new and returning adventurers can grow faster and be able to challenge the raid. But we're not just postponing it for no reason. We've prepared journey content specifically for the 12-person raid. At the end of the journey, the first raid in TTL will begin by watching the video of the Altar of the Chaos Witch.
We just showed the video. As expected, many are disappointed by the delay. One video can't fix that, but we'll work to bring you content you'll love next month. Regarding the raid, I know this is a topic that's been on everyone's mind.
But the raids, the raid bosses look cool.
Before we get into any specifics, I think it's important to acknowledge that the events surrounding the raid have had a significant impact on all of us. There are a lot of questions and concerns that need to be
The game
discussed.
sound is way louder than their voice.
Some of you may have heard different accounts or rumors about what happened, and I want to make sure that we're all on the same page before moving forward. So, if it's all right, I'd like to start by talking about the raid itself, what led up to it, what actually took place, and what it means for us going forward. I appreciate your patience as we go through this, and I hope that by the end of our discussion, we'll have a clearer understanding of the situation. So once again, regarding the raid, let's take some time to go over everything together. As expected, there are a lot of comments in the chat expressing disappointment about the schedule delay. A single video probably won't be enough to make up for that disappointment. We'll do our very best, okay? So that in a month, we can
Do our
reward
very
you with
best, okay?
content you'll be most satisfied with. Now, about
Okay.
the raid. We'd like to talk a little bit more about it. And to give you a more detailed introduction to the raid, we've invited the developer in charge. If you don't mind, could you please briefly introduce
Okay.
yourself to our users,
What's up, Paul?
just for everyone watching?
Hello, I'm Jaehyun Kim, the team leader of TL World Content Design Team 3. Many teams are now in charge of the raid, but I'm here today as their representative. I look forward to working with you.
With Mr. Jaehyun here, we'd like to talk about TL's first raid, the Altar of the Chaos Witch. Since this raid has been
What is
highly
he sitting
anticipated
on?
for a long
What is this? Sitting on like a mat that's plugged in? Is that like a butt warmer? What the hell is that?
time, I think it will be a major event for us. Not only is the scale of the content
What up,
significant, but we also
P2W? How you
expect
doing,
major
man?
changes in the story.
What's up,
So
go?
could you
Are we
first explain the
saved?
lore behind the Altar
Ah.
of the Chaos Witch?
Yes, let me explain the lore.
I mean, the raid
As you
stuff
may have
looks
guessed,
cool.
The master of the altar of the Chaos Witch is
And the
none other
weapons
than
that are coming
Valencia.
from the game look cool.
Valencia is the
Are coming from the
sorceress
raid
you
look
first
cool.
encountered in a nightmare when you started
Uh,
TnL. After that, you weren't able to meet her again during gameplay. To avoid spoilers, I'll just say that
We'll see.
Valencia was defeated in a battle against the Resistance in the past, which left her injured.
The
and she
big,
also
like,
lost Reveal Lupius,
I think the
whom she
first thing
followed.
that's going to kind of
However, due to a
determine
certain incident,
how
she returns and
the next
becomes
couple
obsessed
months
and
go
consumed by madness as she immerses herself in
is going to be the
necromancy and
balance
forbidden
patch. They're doing like a
rituals to
PvP
resurrect
balance
madness.
patch.
As members of the Resistance, our journey is to set out
They
on a
said
raid
next
to stop
week.
the
I don't know if
resurrection
that's
of Revel Lupius
next week
to prevent
only
the
in
descent
KR
of
or it's next week globally.
Yes, I
But
think
there's a
Alancia
big
is
balance
probably a character
balance
that
patch.
many
They
people
said they have
been
cooked up
familiar
and
with
ready
since
to
the
release
launch
next
and
week.
liked because of her beauty. But honestly, for those
They're
who just kept
also-
pressing F and skip through the story, you might be a bit confused about who.
I'm gonna turn this down because they're just talking about the raid lore.
So we have another piece of content prepared for that.
They're also, I mean, we could just skip.
Yes. Regarding the raid universe we just introduced, you can experience it through the new adventure.
Where you'll face the polar Ackman and Deckman. We've often
Ask Jay.
because of this,
I've also mentioned that extreme difficulty.
The raid rewards are not legendary items, but rather items of the unique grade. To explain a bit about unique grade items, they have a
Okay,
different
so
system
these are the new
compared to
raid
existing
weapons.
Hero or heretic items. First of all, unique grade items can only be equipped once.
These weapons look. What up, Shifty? These weapons look like just like a weapon skin. But for default appearances, they look pretty good. I don't know what this is. What is this? I think the spear looks good. The daggers look good. That's the staff. What is this? Oh, it's a crossbow. That's above. Nah, bro. What? I don't even recognize what it was. What the hell is that thing? I think that S&S looks kind of cool. The great sword, surprisingly a little lackluster. I like the handle with the snake. It's pretty cool. I think this is one of the better looking wand skins. The bow is, I don't know. I like the dagger. I like the spear. The staff is, I mean, this is okay. The wand looks cool. Crossbow looks hideous, man.
per slot.
I think the one
In
looks
other words,
good.
for weapons, out of 2 slots, you can only equip 1 unique depending on the stage.
Okay,
But the best
so they're talking about the unique weapons now. These unique weapons are dropping from the
reward
raids.
fitting for the raid status will be given across all stages. So I noticed that many of you were expecting to get legendary items as raid rewards. However, this time the raid rewards are not legendary items, but rather items of the unique grade. To explain a bit about unique grade items, they have a different tier system compared to the existing hero or heretic items. First of all, unique grade items can only be equipped 1 per slot. In other words, for weapons, out of 2 slots, you can only equip 1 unique weapon.
Oh,
For armor as well, you can only equip 1 out of 6 pieces, and for accessories, you can only wear 1 unique item.
oh,
So just
okay.
because
So that's gonna. I kind of like that because that, again, like decisions like that kind of force for build variety. Unless, I mean, there could be just one that's way better than the rest for like armor and accessories, but that should create some more build variety, which would be cool. Yeah.
those unique items have been introduced, you don't need to worry that your
What's up,
current
Shampoo? How are you?
equipment will lose its value. Another characteristic is that unique grade Calancia weapons do not have weapon skills.
There are no weapon skills. If you only hear this much, it might come as a surprise to many of you.
No
So it
weapon
would be good if you
skills,
could
like
also explain
passives?
what new system we are introducing instead of the weapon skill system.
Yes, there is one more special system being added specifically for unique grade items.
What is this?
That is the skill core system. To explain briefly, the skill core is a new system that allows you to extract the skills from weapons found in heroic dungeons and arc bosses and equip them onto unique grade items. In other words, it's
Really?
equipment that you can customize. The key point is that this allows you to further enhance your item's performance, and another highlight is that you can make use of the fun skills from heroic dungeons and arc.
Really? So it's essentially you gotta take the passive or the perk off of a different weapon to apply it to the unique weapon,